and Dog the Bounty Hunter.
The search now is really on. The search has just begun.
Also, new surveillance video and a burner phone could bring us one step closer to a break in the case. Correspondent Brian Enton is standing by with the late-breaking developments. Vanishing without a trace. Tonight, in our Missing in America debut, finding missing geologist Daniel Robinson.
I really believe I'll have my son back alive.
A father on a mission.
I do my job and find my son. He's my son, I'm his father, and it's my job.
A private investigator hunting for answers.
I'm leaning more towards, I don't think Daniel was in that vehicle.
And a case that has puzzled authorities for months. Is the man who shot prominent South Carolina lawyer Alec Murdaugh a fall guy? New allegations about a murder-for-hire plot gone wrong. The latest on the case with never-ending twists.
Every day seems like it's something else.
A battle for Britney Spears' future.
I just want my life back.
In the wake of explosive new documentary.
The license tag and the exact car he was driving, it is a white Hyundai Sonata. We had the tag number, we've had the tag number run, and it comes back to the grandfather of this guy, Brian Laundrie. His name is Thomas Laundrie, and he lives in Newbern, North Carolina.
Brian Laundrie tonight. The FBI has obtained new surveillance video that could shed light on what Brian was doing in the days right after Gabby Petito's family reported her missing. There is also a new report tonight about a burner phone that Brian bought in Northport before he disappeared. And is there something that we don't know about that Carlton Reserve, something that keeps drawing top investigators back to that area day after day? What we do know is Dog the Bounty Hunter is chasing a different lead in a different park tonight. The man who has made his living tracking fugitives is determined to bring Brian Laundrie in alive, and he's already stirring up some more clues. And the twists keep coming with an entire nation invested in finding this one man. We start tonight with correspondent Brian Enton. He is live in Northport, Florida, outside the Laundrie family home. Brian.
Marnie, you know, this morning and early afternoon, it was slow out here. We weren't sure if anything was going to develop today, but then late this afternoon and into the evening, things picked up. Development started happening. New leads started coming in. FBI showed backup out at the reserve with a new search, and we've learned just tonight that Dog the Bounty Hunter also has some new leads. Today, two searches in the manhunt for Brian Laundrie. One at the Carlton Reserve, where police are suddenly back again, using helicopters and boats to search lakes. The other is happening at Fort DeSoto Campground. It's not police searching here, it's Dog the Bounty Hunter.
We're out here at the island. This would be and could be a perfect spot for him to hide.
We have confirmed what Dog first told us, that the Laundrie family was camping here after Brian returned from Florida without Gabby. We also confirmed today the FBI has surveillance video from the campground. I spoke to Dog's daughter, Lyssa Chapman, tonight. She's helping coordinate the search. Lyssa, what do you know that makes you believe that Brian Laundrie is out there alive near that campground tonight?
We have gotten multiple credible leads that we were able to verify, both through technology and through witnesses. So we're pretty sure that he's stashed out on those islands, stashing out in the daytime and mostly active, after the parks are closed and everyone goes home.
This is a look from the sky at the area where the Laundrie family camped out.
You're looking at Fort DeSoto campgrounds, and this is campsite 1 back in the trees right in this area.
Have you seen anything out there? Has your dad seen anything that would indicate that Brian Laundrie is there?
Yes, we believe we found some personal items yesterday.
What's interesting is, according to Instagram pictures, Brian Laundrie has been to both search locations in the past. This photo from February shows Brian and Gabby at the campground, and this photo from July of last year shows him at the Carlton Reserve. Also today, new questions about a possible Brian Laundrie burner phone. Is it true? And does Brian have a phone with him now? The Laundrie family attorney says, to my knowledge, they did purchase a new phone, and it's the same phone that Brian left at home, which the FBI is now in possession of. And I asked Dog's daughter more specifically, what did they find out there at the campground? She says that they believe they did find personal items in Brian's and an actual campsite, Marnie.
Wow. A lot happening today, Brian. Is there any chance, have police said, I know they're being very tight-lipped, but could Brian have had multiple burner phones? So they think they have the one in possession. Could he have another?
Absolutely. It is possible, and we just don't know. All we have to go on right now when it comes to the whole burner phone issue is what the lawyer told us, the Laundrie family attorney. And it was interesting in that statement. He said, to my knowledge, he knows that the Laundries bought a phone, but he says that phone stayed back here at the house after Brian went missing, and that the FBI has it now.
The other thing that I find curious, Brian, one, it seems like he knew that campsite pretty well, so he would know where to go if he didn't want to be found. But the other thing I wonder is if the family has shared that he may have left with any cash or enough food or water to survive for days or weeks.
Well, first of all, we assume he does know the campsite well for two reasons. First of all, in the Instagram posts, he's been there. He's posted photos from there. He's visited there. He was living in this area for a while. And then also we know that he was there with his parents on that camping trip at the beginning of September. So he likely does know it well. The question of does he have money, again, we don't know the answer. We can go back to the federal arrest warrant that says that he used a stolen debit card. Was he able to get cash off that debit card that he still has right now? Another unknown.
Wow. And if his family was out there, could they have stashed food or water in a certain place that he could keep tapping into to continue to survive? All good questions tonight. Brian Entin will be talking to you later on in the show. Thank you. Joining me now is Nataliemoussamechi. She is a senior news reporter at Insider and has extensive background covering crime. She's been following this case very closely, along with another case that we're going to tell you about in just a moment. Natalie, appreciate your time tonight. Let's start with the Gabby Petito case and what you're hearing from your sources about the current search, not just in the reserve, but now at this campsite.
Yes. So, the FBI and authorities, they are still searching the Carlton Reserve, about 20 miles away from the Laundrie family home. Now, we learned today that the FBI has, obtained this surveillance footage from the Fort DeSoto Park in Florida. That's about 75 miles away from the Laundrie family home. And we do know that the Laundrie family, Brian and his parents, did go camping there in the days after Brian returned home without Gabby Petito.
It felt like for a while, Natalie, some weren't sure if Brian was even alive, but it feels as though in the last 24 hours, they are indicating that they're looking for somebody who's alive and doesn't want to be found. What's your gut tell you based on your reporting?
I mean, I really can't speculate on it. There is an investigation going on. The FBI, local authorities across all different agencies, they are out there looking. They're following leads. The search in the Carlton Reserve has been scaled back this week, and the local Northport Police Department says that it's going to be more targeted now based on intelligence. But now the FBI is leading that search.
I want to talk to you about this other case. While looking for Gabby, search and rescue teams found a body matching the description of a man known as Robert Laundrie in Wyoming's Teton Pass. Laundrie was last seen on August 20th. There you can see his picture on your screen. What can you tell us about this case, who he is, and what he was doing out there in the Teton Park?
Yeah, so Robert Laundrie, he is a Texas resident, a father of two. He went out visiting. He went to visit the Wyoming National Forest, the same forest where Gabby Petito's body was found, and he was last seen on August 20th. Now, he remains believed to be his were found yesterday by the Teton County Search and Rescue Team, and the Teton County Search and Rescue Team says that the attention, the widespread attention that the Gabby Petito case has gotten has led them to find these remains that they believe are Laundrie's.
Have they indicated a cause of death? Has an autopsy been performed on these remains?
No. No, that they don't have a cause of death yet. More tests are still going to be done. There still needs to be verification that these remains do belong to Robert Laundrie. They believe that they are his, and they said that. Two members of the public over the weekend, they came with new information that placed Laundrie on a trail within the Bridgerton forest, and that's where they found these remains.
Oh, peculiar, and yet another family dealing with tragic news tonight. Natalie, we appreciate your time and your insight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Gabby Petito's case has been a wake-up call that there are thousands of other missing people who are not getting the same attention. In fact, there are more than 89,000 active missing person cases right now in the U.S., according to the FBI. But you don't know many of those cases or faces or families who are losing sleep right now trying to find their loved ones. Gabby's family wants to change that, and so do we. Tonight, we start our series, Missing in America. Every Wednesday night, right here on News Nation Prime, we are going to be diving in to these cases, taking you to where the people were last seen, meeting these families and bringing you their stories. And we begin tonight with Daniel Robinson, a 24-year-old geologist living and working in Buckeye, Arizona. It is one of the westernmost suburbs of Phoenix. It's a low-lying desert valley, a resort spot that has quickly grown into a full-scale city. And it is where Daniel set off on a start for a job that he loved. He left work in Buckeye June 23rd. He has not been seen or heard from since. Puzzling clues, a crash scene that raises a lot of questions is what we know tonight. News Nation correspondent Nancy Liu is live in Buckeye for us, where she spent some time with Daniel's father. Nancy.
Marnie, it has been over 3 months since Daniel Robinson went missing. This is the area in Buckeye where his vehicle was found. This is remote. The terrain is extremely treacherous, and his family now wonders whether Daniel was really in that vehicle when it crashed here.
I have faith, and I really believe I'll have my son back alive.
David Robinson is on the biggest mission of his life. After serving 2 tours in the deserts of Afghanistan, the Army vet has no plans to leave the deserts of Arizona until he finds his 24-year-old son, Daniel.
Treat it like a mission. I keep saying it, I'm a professional soldier. I do my job and find my son. He's my son, I'm his father, and it's my job.
The job has been filled with frustration. Daniel is a geologist who works for a company analyzing sediments in the area for a well. He was last seen leaving the worksite in Buckeye on the morning of June 23rd. A month later, a rancher found Robinson's Jeep crashed in a ravine. His keys, wallet, and phone were in the SUV, but there was no sign of him.
And I think the first thing he would have done if he was in that vehicle is at least carry his phone with him. I couldn't imagine someone 24 years old won't be attached to his phone.
I'm leaning more towards, I don't think Daniel was in that vehicle.
The private investigator working with the Robinson family suspects foul play is involved. He says there are too many unanswered questions raised by data recovered from the vehicle.
The vehicle had 11 additional miles on it from the time the airbags deployed. It had 46 additional ignition cycles on it after the airbags deployed.
Jeff McGrath also notes red paint transfer on the right side of the Jeep.
The vehicle was tipped over on the passenger side, so there's no red paint in this area. So how that got there, that's why I'm saying that vehicle did not crash here. That vehicle was, its last place of rest was here, but something was going on with that vehicle.
The Buckeye Police Department refused an interview request, but provided its report in which coworkers said Daniel made odd comments about needing rest before he left the job site that morning. His father describes Daniel as always friendly and well-adjusted since his birth without a right hand.
He don't wear prosthetics, you know he's born without a hand, and he don't wear prosthetics. His mom tried to get him to wear it. No, Mom, I want to, be who I am, and that's just Daniel. He was living his dream. He became interested in geology when his first year in college, his freshman year. He took a class, and that just set it off,
Just like the Gabby Petito case, internet sleuths are also at work on this one.
Just seeing the way the car was, the Jeep was, And the evidence, to me, it actually does support foul play.
Brian Watts hosts a mystery and adventure show on YouTube. A recent episode featured Daniel's disappearance.
After I then got lots of comments from people in and around that area that said, yeah, there's crime, carjackings that happen all the time, and it's bad. It's something that they're aware of.
Yeah, there's a lot of
The
missing and
search
murdered.
for Daniel forges on, and this man on a
National
mission
parks.
will remain in Arizona until there are answers.
I don't know what to think anymore. Just gonna keep watching and keep on searching.
And Robinson has been searching on his own practically every day for over 3 months and organizing volunteer searches on the weekend. In fact, a major volunteer search is planned for this weekend with an army of over 1,000 people. Marnie?
Wow, Nancy, I think about the families and really the parents in all of these situations, and nobody searches harder in these types of cases than the people who love them the most. What kind of emotional toll is this taking on Daniel's father and his extended family tonight?
Well, it's hard not to sense his inner pain and anguish, but as you heard, he is a military man and he is doing his darndest to keep up that front, but he is on a personal mission. There were times in talking to him, though, that I could feel him about to crack and him just about to break down, but he gets back on to that mission to find Daniel, and he refuses to think the worst.
As each of us would if it was our child who was missing. Nancy, thank you for that report tonight. And stay right there. When we come back, the private investigator leading the search for Daniel Robinson is going to be joining us live from Arizona with some new details tonight about why he thinks a violent crime may have been committed in this case.
Interesting,
Plus, there
guys.
are thousands of cases just like this one. Next on
So
News
yeah,
Nation
the
Prime,
search
how you-
did conclude without finding Brian Laundrie, even though people saying that indeed, they're closing in on his location. There's rumors floating out there that they have technological evidence. So there is a rumor that they did actually have infrared sensors showing Laundrie was on the islands. Now, how much of that is true, not sure, but that is really exciting news. And I can play about this one right here, the media source where, let's get into it. The media source where there is, they did find a campsite, which is pretty exciting stuff. So this is what they're saying is a campsite. So Dog the Bounty Hunter was out there all day. He's going in through the night with the canines. He also found a Monster energy drink right here. So this is appears to be, this is not sponsored, but this appears to be a fresh energy drink. Some people told us that maybe this is actually, not his, because Brian Laundrie would never recycle. Also, I don't really see Brian Laundrie as an energy drink kind of guy, but you never know. And also something else that people point out is, why are his hands on a potential piece of evidence? Like, shouldn't he be using gloves? So that is just some stuff that we've found, Dog the Bounty Hunter's found, and these are him going out with the dogs. Yeah, those are his dogs.
Please.
So as of yet, they haven't found anything. They haven't found Brian, but they have found some suspicious items. They found a camp. They found, some a Monster energy drink, and yeah, it's pretty exciting stuff. Yeah, there they go. So this is what's up. They found some stuff at the search. Also, there was a fight that broke out in front of the Laundrie home, which is pretty scary to watch, but we'll just play it anyway. Yeah, there's some foul language there. Sorry about that. So there's a fight that broke out in front of the Laundrie home. Tensions are high. This is the protesters. They are basically just fighting. Wow. That is pretty intense. I can't really play it too loud because there is a lot of swear words. So yeah, he went out with his canines. He found a campsite. He found a Monster Energy drink, and we just had an interview that's saying that there is more evidence that they did find, but right now they haven't really said too much about what kind of other evidence they have, and they're going throughout the night to do the rest of the evidence. And yeah, the cops are arriving. Things are getting really, really intense there. Apparently calm down, somebody will turn up a bit.
Support the Laundrie family, shame on you too. I don't want to. You want to go to jail, you want to go with me. You want to go in front of national media now. You put me in front of national media, and I ain't hurt the car or a dog. You don't care, huh?
So it is public knowledge that the Laundrie family did buy a phone, but this is actually text from the lawyer. So the Brian Laundrie has a lawyer, believe it or not, even though he's dead. The lawyer basically said, hey, did Roberta Laundrie purchase one or more new prepaid phones between 09 through 01 to 09 015? So that is the 2 week period where Brian was back at the residence. He says no. Okay, but something that's kind of messy is that another tweet, another text message says this. So I can confirm that a phone was purchased on September 4th. So the one on the left, didn't he just say no to those dates? And then on the one on the right, it says, I can confirm a phone was purchased on September 4th, 2021. And Brian opened up an account with AT&T for that phone, not a burner. However, they are currently, FBI did seize knowledge that the Laundrie potentially did go to Northport AT&T store to purchase a burner phone on September 14th. The FBI has seized the surveillance footage at that location. So more on that as the story develops. But the attorney insists that it is not a burner. And something that's very interesting, you know, is it kind of, in my opinion, a telltale lie. It sounds like he's lying. Like, no one asked this, but it sounds like he's oversharing. Just to lead the story a bit, he goes, Brian left that phone at home that day. He went for a hike on the preserve on September 14th, 2021, and the FBI now has that phone. So if I'm reading into this, Brian Laundrie has a phone, right? We all saw from the dash cam, body cam footage that Brian Laundrie has a phone, even though in the dash cam footage he did lie about having a phone and then later pulls out, you know, his phone, which a lot of people have pointed out is kind of strange. But I can confirm, you know, the attorney says he can confirm that there was a phone being purchased on September 4th, and it was a new phone. So my question is, what happened to the old phone, the phone that he took across country? Where is that phone? Where is that phone? Because that phone is the one with the most incriminating evidence. That is the phone that probably has all like the text on it and everything. He didn't leave that old phone behind. He left the new phone behind. So what was the point of that? Buying a new phone and you leave that one behind? Was that supposed to just be a ruse? Was that supposed to just like throw everybody off and have them think, oh, this is actually their phone? Like this is actually his phone. There's nothing on it. So that's not a piece of evidence. Very bizarre, very confusing, but the FBI are going to that location and seizing that kind of stuff. So again, guys, the lead story of tonight was the Lyssa interview. I just broadcasted it, but basically she did say that there was new evidence, and it was like infrared evidence. It was like, also hearsay by neighbors, and then it was also proven through public records. So in a lot of ways, Dog the Bounty Hunter did bust open the case, and I find it very strange that he's literally the only one out there right now trying to find him in that area. You can go on Flight Radar and you can see a lot of flights over that campsite, and there are some helicopters circling that area, but they're not police helicopters. It's literally just Dog the Bounty Hunter doing an independent search. This is a possible Brian Laundrie sighting. So the one earlier in my live stream, if you were tuned in, I get a lot of messages on Twitter. People see I cam up and they all of a sudden just like send me a ton of messages, and I just like pop them up on here just to see like, do you guys think this is a fake or not? So this is another one of those moments. Do you guys think this is fake or not? Some people are saying this is Brian Laundrie. And honestly, I don't know. I see I got a super chat, but I was tapped out. I'm so sorry. But yeah, to me, you know, I think if I'm being honest, the booty too thick. Like he's too double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think Brian Laundrie had that much cake. So I'm going to debunk this one. Plus, why would you be out in the open carrying a branch? Very questionable for a man that's wanted by the FBI for indictment and a person of interest in the case of Gabby Petito. So let's just go through. So he brought the canines out. This is, I believe, the false report here. Actually, I'm not going to play it, but I did receive a false report earlier in my live stream. Some of the. I think that's pretty much all my updates for tonight, honestly. But I have this one, actually, of Dog the Bounty Hunter at the end of his search.
With the dogs, we've got all the dogs out here. We've got a team. The greatest team, one of the greatest teams I've ever seen. This team's going to make my kids all jealous. So thank you, brother, very, very much. Aloha, we appreciate it.
Yeah, so he's just thanking everybody. There's a big-ass boat noise behind. That's not my audio.
With the dogs, we've got all the dogs out here. We've got a team. The greatest team, one of the greatest teams I've ever seen. This team's going to make my kids all jealous. So thank you, brother, very, very much. Aloha, we appreciate it.
All right, so thank you guys so much for hanging out. I just wanted to jump on and give a really quick update as to where we are in this case. If you want to just like tune into my live streams, please hit the subscribe button and and the bell for notifications. We love to see all the chats here, and I love hanging out with you guys. I love how we can just like sit back, relax, talk about the case, and I can read some of your messages Joseph knows. And I can read some of your messages. They're a lot of fun to read. I'd love to just be here and hang out and talk about the recent sightings that we have seen. So I'll just look for a little more updates with you guys for a bit, and hopefully we can just hang out for a little bit more. I feel really bad for her just like leaving right away. But, we did do a live stream 3 hours ago where I did feel really nauseous. So here's the full report of the hunt for Brian Laundrie, in case you missed it.
Today, 2 searches in the manhunt for Brian Laundrie. One at the Carlton Reserve, where police are suddenly back again, using helicopters and boats to search lakes. The other is happening at Fort DeSoto Campground. It's not police searching here, it's Dog, the bounty hunter.
Out here at the this would be and could be a perfect spot for him to hide.
We have confirmed what Dog first told us, that the Laundrie family was camping here after Brian returned from Florida without Gabby. We also confirmed today the FBI has surveillance video from the campground. I spoke to Dog's daughter, Lyssa Chapman, tonight. She's helping coordinate the search.
Lyssa, what do you know that makes you believe that Brian Laundrie is out there alive near that campground tonight?
We have gotten multiple credible leads that we were able to verify, both through technology and through witnesses. So we're pretty sure that he's stashed out on those islands, stashing out in the daytime and mostly active, after the parks are closed and everyone goes home.
This is a look from the sky at the area where the Laundrie family camped out.
You're looking at Fort DeSoto campgrounds, and this is campsite 1 back in the trees right in this area.
Have you seen anything out there? Has your dad seen anything that would indicate that Brian Laundrie is there?
Yes, we believe we found some personal items yesterday.
What's interesting is, according to Instagram pictures, Brian Laundrie has been to both search locations in the past. This photo from February shows Brian and Gabby at the campground. And this photo from July of last year shows him at the Carlton Reserve. Also today, new questions about a possible Brian Laundrie burner phone. Is it true? And does Brian have a phone with him now? The Laundrie family attorney says, to my knowledge, they did purchase a new phone, and it's the same phone that Brian left at home, which the FBI is now in possession of.
And I asked Dog's daughter more specifically, what did they find out there at the campground? She says that they believe they did find personal items of Brian's and an actual campsite, Marnie.
Wow, a lot happening today, Brian. Is there any chance, have police said, I know they're being very tight-lipped, but could Brian have had multiple burner phones? So they think they have the one in possession. Could he have another?
Absolutely, it is possible, and we just don't know. All we have to go on right now when it comes to the whole burner phone issue is what the lawyer told us, the Laundrie family attorney, and it was interesting in that statement. He said, to my knowledge, he knows that the Laundries bought a phone, but he says that phone stayed back here at the house after Brian went missing, and that the FBI has it now.
The other thing that I find curious, Brian, one, it seems like he knew that campsite pretty well, so he would know where to go if he didn't want to be found. But the other thing I wonder is if the family has shared that he may have left with any cash or enough food or water to survive for days or weeks.
Well, first of all, we assume he does know the campsite well for 2 reasons. First of all, in the Instagram post, he's been there. He's posted photos from there. He's visited there. He was living in this area for a while. And then also we know that he was there with his parents on that camping trip at the beginning of September. So he likely does know it well. The question of does he have money, again, we don't know the answer. We can go back to the federal arrest warrant that says that he used a stolen debit card. Was he able to get cash off that debit card that he still has right now? Another unknown.
Wow. And if his family was out there, could they have stashed food or water in a certain place that he could keep tapping into to continue to survive? All good questions tonight. Brian Enton will be talking to you later on in the show.
Today, 2 searches in the manhunt for Brian Laundrie.
Wow.
One at the Carlton Reserve, where police are suddenly back again, using helicopters.
Yeah, so 2 searches at the Carlton Reserve in Florida today. There was one by Dog the Bounty Hunter, which is an independent search, not affiliated with any police or FBI. And there's also the Carlton Reserve now taken over from the police and given to the FBI. They did scale back on that. I'm not too sure like what the deal is with there because I think it wasn't as long as a search as it normally was, and not as big as an area. So very interesting. I don't have any too much updates on the Carlton Reserve, but you know, let's just play that clip, or maybe we'll look at something different. Yeah, so there's also no word on this red bag. I know a lot of people have been asking about this red bag that was taken into the Laundrie home. We don't know what is actually happening. The Laundrie home are getting like Dunkin' Donuts shipped to their house while the search is going, which is kind of bizarre because like even I'm not eating that well, and I'm have no sort of affiliation to the case. I did have some Chinese food though, and that really hit the spot, and I feel a lot better. But I am gonna have to call it a little bit early unless you guys have any sort of questions. Christy, I did play the replay. Anyone else? Sorry, NZ. All right, Flying Fox, thank you. Ooh, there's an echo. Sorry about that. Just in case there was an echo, I will actually replay the clip.
Today, 2 searches in the manhunt for Brian Laundrie. One at the Carlton Reserve, where police are suddenly back again, using helicopters and boats to search lakes. The other is happening at Fort DeSoto campground. It's not police searching here, it's Dog the Bounty Hunter.
We're out here at the island. This would be and could be a perfect spot for him to hide.
We have confirmed what Dog first told us, that the Laundrie family was camping here after Brian returned from Florida without Gabby. We also confirmed today the FBI has surveillance video from the campground. I spoke to Dog's daughter, Lyssa Chapman, tonight. She's helping coordinate the search. Lyssa, what do you know that makes you believe that Brian Laundrie is out there alive near that campground tonight?
We have gotten multiple credible leads that we were able to verify, both through technology and through witnesses. So we're pretty sure that he's stashed out on those islands, stashing out in the daytime and mostly active, after the parks are closed and everyone goes home.
This is a look from the sky at the area where the Laundrie family camped out.
You're looking at Fort DeSoto campgrounds, and this is campsite 1 back in the trees right in this area.
Have you seen anything out there? Has your dad seen anything that would indicate that Brian Laundrie is there?
Yes, we believe we found some personal items yesterday.
What's interesting is, according to Instagram pictures, Brian Laundrie has been to both search locations in the past. This photo from February shows Brian and Gabby at the campground, and this photo from July of last year shows him at the Carlton Reserve. Also today, new questions about a possible Brian Laundrie burner phone. Is it true? And does Brian have a phone with him now? The Laundrie family attorney says, to my knowledge, they did purchase a new phone, and it's the same phone that Brian left at home, which the FBI is now in possession of.
And I asked Dog's daughter more specifically, what did they find out there at the campground? She says that they believe they did find personal items in Brian's and an actual campsite, Marnie.
Wow. A lot happening today, Brian. Is there any chance, have police said, I know they're being very tight-lipped, but could Brian have had multiple burner phones? So they think they have the one in possession. Could he have another?
Absolutely. It is possible, and we just don't know. All we have to go on right now when it comes to the whole burner phone issue is what the lawyer told us, the Laundrie family attorney. And it was interesting in that statement. He said, to my knowledge, he knows that the Laundries bought a phone, but he says that phone stayed back here at the house after Brian went missing, and that the FBI has it now.
The other thing that I find curious, Brian, one, it seems like he knew that campsite pretty well, so he would know where to go if he didn't want to be found. But the other thing I wonder is if the family has shared that he may have left with any cash or enough food or water to survive for days or weeks.
Well, first of all, we assume he does know the campsite well for two reasons. First of all, in the Instagram posts, he's been there. He's posted photos from there. He's visited there. He was living in this area for a while. And then also we know that he was there with his parents on that camping trip at the beginning of September. So he likely does know it well. The question of does he have money, again, we don't know the answer. We can go back to the federal arrest warrant that says that he used a stolen debit card. Was he able to get cash off that debit card that he still has right now? Another unknown.
Wow. And if his family was out there, could they have stashed food or water in a certain place that he could keep tapping into to continue to survive? All good questions tonight. Brian Entin will be talking to you later on in the show.
Today, two searches in the manhunt for Brian Laundrie. One at the Carlton.
I've been muted. Wow. No sound, no sound. Sorry, guys. So, yeah. So I don't really have too much updates right now for you, but thank you so much, guys, for joining me tonight. And this has been a lot of fun. It's been real. You should be hearing me in a bit. Thank you. I'm a little bit sleepy. All right, guys. Ooh, I have a tip from Angela Beautiful. Thank you so much for that tip. Thank you so much, everybody. I will talk soon. No sound, you're muted. You guys should be able to hear me in a bit. Okay, now we can hear. So now that you guys can hear me, so I just wanted to show you guys this flight radar. It is live and it is updating. So right now there's a flight radar right now that you can see, but there is no helicopters flying over this this area right now. It is an independent search by Dog the Bounty Hunter, and we are seeing various airplanes. Unfortunately, none of them are cop airplanes. They are Dog the Bounty Hunter has these airplanes that are just private airplanes flying over. So there's a bunch of activity up in that area. People are flying over. People are looking out for him. If you guys want to stay up to date on some crazy on some crazy updates, be sure to make sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. There has been not too many developments today in the search, but there has been some personal items found. And again, if anything is breaking, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. Thank you so much, guys. I think I got to get some really good sleep right now. What about Carlton? Any flight radar there? Let's have a look. Carlton flight radar. So, if I'm aware, I think it's down here, but you wouldn't be able to see the FBI, I don't think, because they would be hiding that information for us. So I think it's around here. I'm looking for, yeah, I don't see too much activity from around where they would be. So I think this search is kind of dying down a little bit here. And there's actually, yeah, you can kind of see in the circle here, there's not kind of like a no fly areas. Thank you, Beth B, so much. What happened with the so-called grandfather of Brian? That's a really good question. So earlier today, I did report that, there was a sighting of Brian, but it ended up kind of going nowhere. I haven't heard too much about it. I did get that tip through social media and I put it on here and I'm just like, okay, developing story. And I haven't really seen anything happen. So, yeah, it's crazy. My goodness. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I really, really, really appreciate it. All right. It's been real, guys. Thank you so much. Bye.